the past that feel right. Hosting just jacks, we lift every voice. Re-entry with dignity, give people a choice. Restorative justice, repair what was torn. Conflict resolution, new trust can be born. Family reunification, bring loved ones back. Hosting just jacks, we stay on that track. Hosting. Sitting with the hurt and the harm in one room. Let truth breathe easy so grace can bloom. Victim offender mediation, step by step. Teaching how to listen and make a safe rep. From cell blocks to classrooms, from courts to the street. Designing programs where real people meet. Community centers and facilities too. Building bridges that carry us through. 50 states traveled, a map full of skies. Showing how to journey with wide open eyes. Workshops and pages, your wisdom in ink. When the world needs mending, you help it rethink. Host of just jacks, we lift every voice. Re-entry with dignity, give people a choice. Restorative justice, repair what was torn. Conflict resolution, new trust can be born. Family reunification, bring loved ones back. Hosting just jacks, we stay on that track. Host out.
Guess what? It's Monday. It's Monday, and I got two amazing people ready to come online. Oh gosh, I just can't even help myself. So, the Godfather, the angel, they're both here tonight. Same time, guys. Same time. How cool is this? Yeah, I dance. It's kind of crazy sometimes. It's just what I do. So, it's the day after daylight saving time here in a lot of the places here in America and some other countries too. And so it's been kind of like slap happy type of day. What's been going on for you? Have you adjusted to the time change? Is it a little wacky for you? How are you doing? Time to check in because the world's kind of a cluster right now. And we need each other. We need to be around people that are safe and people that are caring for us, people that are uplifting us, and all the things. You are going to hear tonight from two amazing humans that do all the things. Oh my gosh, he will make you famous. He will do all the things. Marsha, man, the things that she accomplishes and does for other people without asking for kind of like the credit or anything. So I've been in the world of nonprofit my whole career. And there are some people that do the good deeds just to get acknowledgement, just to try to make their soul feel a little better, make them feel like, oh gosh, maybe I made up for all these wrongdoings, so I got to tell everybody in the world about it. That's not necessarily the way things work, guys. And Marsha's an absolute angel about explaining all of that. So you'll see her name as Martha, but she prefers Marsha. So I am not screwing it up, guys. I have called her both over the years, and I'm finally like, lay it on me, girl. I want to do what you need to do because names are important. So checking in again with you guys. How are you doing? Let us know where you're coming from. Oh, Kenna, he's so tired. He's so sleepy. I get it. But guess what? You guys need to figure out how to take care of yourself. And if you need to fall asleep during our show, you got to go back and watch the replay because Ennie's going to take the second shift. And he's a little slap happy himself because he didn't even know what time it was. So he's been like literally backstage of this show for like 17 hours, I think, trying to make sure he doesn't mess up what American time change did to him and everybody else today. Isn't that amazing? Oh, guys, I'm so happy to see so many people in the audience already. We got Dr. Tanya. I was just on her show with Damien. You got to go back, check out Felipe and I. They had some great questions, but we were all over the place. It was like the four of us were just out to dinner or something, not like doing a live show. It was kind of wild. So we got Linda in the house already. We got Christopher. We have got Kenneth. They got different names, but they got to go with their real ones on here. We've got David. David was, of course, the first one in again. We've got Bill Rochelle. We got so many awesome people. Thank you guys for being here. If you are new to Just Jackson guests, if you haven't been here recently, I babble for a minute just to kind of get everybody to work out the kinks and make sure that they're LinkedIn checked in. If they're checking us out on YouTube, if they're checking us out on Facebook, that they kind of get all that going. But I do want to share a couple things. So first and foremost, one of our guests, I believe it was right before Thanksgiving, her name Bambi Lynn, Bill Rochelle shared on his show yesterday that unfortunately she passed away over the weekend. She was a delightful guest. She had so much energy. She loved sharing knowledge with everybody. And it was a real powerful reminder that you make a difference with people, even if you don't talk to them all the time. When you see them on social media, they might not live in your town, your state, but you've had an impact on them. And thinking about your impact and what would happen if you lost touch with somebody, or if they couldn't figure out how to get a hold of you, you may want to think about having some kind of a social media backup plan. Do you have somebody you trust that could have your passwords to update things if you're not going to be able to respond or get back to your social media? I really want you to think about that, because each and every one of you that are in the comments that have came as a guest on stage, I think about you guys. I wonder how you're doing when I don't see you. David Causey, poor guy, he is first row every single weekend. The one time he had client meeting and couldn't make it, I was messaging him and I'm like, oh, dude, I'm not trying to make you feel guilty. I just want to make sure everything's okay. Even if we don't talk daily, even if you don't always show up on posts or I don't do it, you're cared about. And so I really want you to be conscious of that. You are important, not just because it gets us views or because we're feeling like, oh, people are reading our stuff. No, it's because you are a human and you are just as important as anybody else. And that's why I do this show, to get your voices out, to get people connected. When we are closer like this, the world isn't quite as scary of a place, and that diversity and inclusion of people is so much easier when you're like, yes, I do know somebody that does that kind of work or lives in this kind of place, or maybe they worship a different way than I, or they look a different way than I, or they're a whole different age or gender. So many things. Now, guys, I do want to let you know, if you missed it, 2 hours ago, I was a guest with Felipe, Dr. Tanya, and Damien's Meet the Presenters Week. So we are just two of the presenters that are coming up for the virtual wellness experience. Guys, it is right around the corner, less than 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, something like that. It's the 20th and the 21st, so less than 2 weeks now. It is going to be amazing. You deserve to get this kind of training on wellness and all the cool things. I'm so excited for that. So you can check out creativelivingideas.com to get tickets. But what you do is when you click on get tickets, then you can see what the presenters are and what the workshops are. Go check it out and message Damien and Dr. Tanya if you have questions, because you want to see it. I also want to give a shout out to Miss Leslie. I don't know if she fell asleep yet or if she's going to be here or if she'll watch replay at all, but she did an incredible International Women's Day show yesterday. And I'm not just saying it's incredible because me and Dr. Tanya and Marcia, we were all up on stage. Now, I'm not just saying that because I thought we were awesome. I'm saying it because we didn't have to be there. She didn't tell us we had to come on stage. She opened it as an open stage, trying to get everybody that was in the audience to come up as females. And people did it because they cared. They cared. She didn't force us. It was just a beautiful time. Jason's in the house. I see him. I see Leanna's in the house. Guys, are you ready to hear some great stuff? Because these two humans are just amazing. Amazing. And I could go on and I could go on and I could go on, but I'm ready to get Marsha on stage. Are you guys ready for her? We might even get a sighting of her beautiful dog. So some of you guys may have realized that she was actually on Dr. Tanya and Damien's show yesterday. And I'm babbling a minute because she's trying to reconnect a minute. She was a guest because she is going to be a presenter at the Virtual Wellness Experience this year for the first time. Are you ready for her? Hello, my friend. How are you?
I'm doing good. These tech issues don't want me to be great.
And why?
Teddy wants to say hi already.
Teddy.
Come here, Teddy.
Come on, baby.
He's like, I want to say
hi,
hello.
Baby. He's like, all your friends in that box want to see me, Mom.
Yeah.
Hi, Teddy. Hi, baby. I love it. I got to see Felipe's dog Copper in the 7:00 show, and now this is the 9:00, at least for Eastern Standard. I get two dogs. I can't reach out and touch them, but I can see the love, and it just makes my heart happy. Marsha, I'm so happy to be on stage with you. How are you tonight?
I'm doing good. I wasn't doing good last week. I was a little concerned. I lost a couple pounds. For some reason, though, the camera really puts the weight on you, which is good. I'm happy with it. I'm okay with this weight because I don't look like this in person. And so, but yeah, it's good. I'm doing so much better, and I'm just glad to be here, and I'm really excited. I think the energy in the room is just real warm, Jackie. You do that though. You're very like when I see you, I see a social caring worker. Like a person that just cares about people, and you do. That is you. And so it's very easy to connect, and like you almost want to go and sit at your like, how can I help you today? Let me talk. Let's talk, kind of like that vibe.
I love that.
At least that's how I feel. That's how I feel.
I love that. I do. And it's a huge compliment, actually, because there are sometimes we get so busy in our life that we're just like, not one more person to talk to. Don't ask me a question. I just need a minute. And to hear that, as much work that you do and as many people as you're talking to in and out all day, and they're asking you for help and questions, super big compliment from you. Thank you. I feel the exact same way about you. One of the reasons I'm so giddy and excited to have you on stage. And it was just so cool, the three of us behind the scenes for so long, because a lot of times guests can only jump on just a minute or two before the show. They don't really get to chit chat or talk. And it was like, so I was telling Damien and Dr. Tanya, it felt like we were just chilling in the old audio rooms, just all vibing, because Felipe was there. It was the four of us. And then then it was you, Annie, and me behind scene. I'm like, I could get used to this.
Yeah, it brings back memories because, I started my journey during COVID here. So it's kind of nice just to see everyone evolving from where we were at then to where we're at now. I'm like, whoa, time goes by way too fast when you're having fun, right?
It does. And it goes by fast when you start growing and you have more connections that want to get to know you. And it's like, oh, I want to get to know you, but I don't got any more time. And I can't just ditch my old people if it's something that I don't know is going to be a real relationship. So I love that the audio rooms brought us together. And now we're doing live shows. I try to come to the Saturday social chat as much as possible. I've missed like the last 2 weeks because I actually had plans. How weird is that? I know. But you do so much for other people. And I want to dive into more about you in a minute, but I want to start off with our 3 questions. So if you're new to Just Jackson Guests, I always ask the same exact 3 questions the first time a guest has ever been on stage with us. And so for you, Miss Marsha, I want to know 2 things that you are proud of that you have accomplished or done.
Mm-hmm. What am I proud of? Well, I'm proud of getting my master's in business. I really am. I'm proud of that. And I'm also proud of taking the leap of starting a nonprofit, which I clearly had no idea what I was doing. And there's been a lot of growth and learning in all of that. And then recently in 2025, I got an award for community leadership, which I'm probably saying it wrong right now, through the University of Phoenix. So they're going to be recognizing us luminaries in April. And it will be my first time being in an event like this where everything is paid for. And I'm going to go and get this award. And they want to know, like, I had a really hard time thinking, like, okay, how can I put all this, what exactly did when you're put on the spot, I was put on the spot, like, give us information about you, because we're going to be talking about you. And I'm like, we're good at talking about other people, but when it comes to yourself, I do struggle with that.
It is tough
to be on the spotlight,
And that's why I like to do it here, because people don't take enough time to recognize what we do. We might say, oh, I'm doing really good at business, or, oh, I did really good at that. But they don't really deep dive and think about, what did I actually accomplish? What have I done amazing? And I love those things. And you deserve to celebrate that award and that education. And just the fact that you founded a nonprofit when it wasn't it wasn't your dream. I mean, you didn't say, pick me, I need to do all this stuff for extra humans, but you decided to do it. I just love that so much. So, guys, we are definitely having this crazy vibe on LinkedIn where LinkedIn just wants to kick you out, whether you're on a phone or a laptop. If it's easier, you can go to my YouTube channel, and it is my name, LMSW, just like it's on the screen, except you don't need to put a comma or a space there, and it is scrolling along the bottom. You can do your comments there. There's so many great humans in here. I see Melanie's here, and Jay showed up, and Nick's here, Leslie's here. Marsha, they are coming to support you in any. I mean, think about this. You guys do so much for the community, and they want to be here because they're probably tired too. I mean, that extra hour change weirdness thing. I mean, it changes even people that don't have to go into a job or anything just because it changes our brain waves, but they're here and they're supporting you. So even though you've got this award coming, you've got a master's degree now, you've got all the cool things. We as humans have to keep growing. We have to keep learning. We have to keep challenging ourselves, or this brain of ours gets kind of mushy. What is something that you're working on right now, or something you're growing in that you'd be willing to share with us?
Yeah, well, today I took an exam, which I won't announce yet what it was for because I haven't found out if I passed or not. It's a big certification, which will allow me to provide more services to many people. But it is a national recognized certification, so it's a big deal. And I'm hoping that I pass. I'm praying that I pass. And if I didn't, I'm just going to restudy and take it again until I pass. But I'm also, that's one goal. And then my second one is I will be going back to get my PhD. So I am actually, that's something that I've for the last couple of years, it's been heavy on my heart. So I will be pursuing that PhD degree, and it's going to be before the end of this year that I will be starting classes again.
You are a rock star. I had no idea about that. So I always said the only way I would ever go for a PhD is if somebody paid my school and they literally paid me for every hour I had to sit in front of a computer to write a paper or to do research, and nobody has raised their hand to offer me that. So that is never going to be on my timeline, and I just give you so much credit. If there's anything I can do to cheer you on, honey, you got this. You get your butt and finish that homework. I will be there for you. I love that so much. So, Mr. Damien, my dear friend, who I love to death, him and Dr. Tanya had you on their show yesterday for Meet the Presenters Week, because again, you're going to be a presenter this time for the virtual wellness experience. He stole my question for you, my third question that I ask every human. So if you guys didn't get to catch Marsha on the show last night, this will be exciting for you to hear. But for me, I love it because it's the same answer that I would have. But I want to know if you could travel anywhere right now, even though Damien asked you this last night. No money, no worry about your child, your bills, nothing. Where would you go right now, my friend?
I would go to Thailand. That's where I would go. It's affordable. It's beautiful. The people are kind and loving, and there's just so much to explore. And I would love to connect with the poverty population. That would be ideal, who I would love to connect with and see how I can help them. How can I help them start a program to support their needs? That's what drives me. So I would love to do something like that in Thailand.
That is so cool. In here, I've been focusing on, I got to see the elephants in the temples. And you're like, I'm going to go to Thailand and cure poverty. Okay.
No.
You know,
well,
I love you.
I like to be, for me personally, it's the productive part. Like, okay, I'm going to go and have fun, but what can I do while I'm here to feel content in my heart, because like my mom just went to El Salvador recently, and she was telling me about the poverty there. They make $10 a day, not even an hour, $10 per day. And that's what they're supposed to survive with. And it's not enough. People are they're poor. There's a lot of animals on the streets. And so that's another aspect also that has kind of drawn me into the animals. And I'm like, oh, wow, there's so much like support that we all can do, and it doesn't involve money. We can put our hands together.
Yeah, you're so right. I love that so much.
I'm sorry, I'm
Um,
having internet issues.
Some nights it's like that. So just jump back if you get stuck on us. But Damien put this adorable comment that he's trying to justify why he asked that. He said it is a great question and it was inspired by that. So I love that so much. But seriously, I would without question go to Thailand with you, and I would also help along in some of your causes. As long as we go see the elephants, and we have to do a humane one. We can't go to one of those
Yeah.
ones that's trying to profit off tourism. Got to check out a couple temples and got to check out a couple beaches, and then I'm down. Let's go help in whatever capacity we can.
I love
I
that.
do I do get that's like the saddest part of travel is seeing different countries or states even or cities even in different states that have a lot of animals on the streets, and you can tell that they're not happy, that they're hungry. And that is the one thing that it's like, I can't put you all in my suitcase. It's just not going to work. And I love that you're thinking about even doing that when you travel, because you could be on vacation, like not lifting a finger and you want to help. I love that. Okay, I'm turning it over to you. Let's talk about what Marcia wants to talk about. And again, if you're just joining, you see her name as Martha, which is her legal name. She prefers Marcia. So some of us have heard other people call her both things, and we're like, what is it? I think they're spelling it wrong. I think they're pronouncing it wrong. She says you can call her anything, but her preferred is Marcia. So if you guys can remember that, she would appreciate that. Or I would appreciate it for her. Now, honey, I want you to share. This is your time to shine. What are some things that you want to talk to about tonight?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about real quick about mental health, especially on the social media platforms. We come here for community. We want to connect, and sometimes, we may see something that may not sit well with us, with our hearts, with our spirits, with our minds. And so where do we turn to when we're feeling like that? Now, I'd love to hear from our friends here that are here with us. Where do you turn when you're somewhere and you hear something, or maybe somebody didn't respond to you, or maybe they didn't comment back right away? I mean, there's some real scenarios, Jackie, that I've seen that have actually made me think, like, be more conscious, right? Like, but I also can't do everything at once, because I'm a human and I have other things that I'm working on besides LinkedIn. I'm a mom. I do volunteer services. I'm on calls constantly. And then away from that, I'm also educating myself, which you guys are starting to learn that now. Just to keep myself updated on what's happening around the world and the nation, here in the city locally, and keeping people updated. But it's like, I would love to hear from you. Like, what do you do for your mental health space? I'm really interested just to hear from you. I know we could take walks, right? I know we could do the spa, but like, are you working your brain? How, outside of LinkedIn? I'm really interested in hearing from you about that. And go ahead, Jackie.
I was just going to say, I love that so much. And one of the things that, while they're starting to type in their comments for that, I think one of the things that I do for my own mental health is I have become really, really since last summer, right after my son had his motorcycle accident, I've been more intentional with who I'm spending my time with. And that also means who I'm texting and not texting as much, because that tends to drain a lot of our energy, but it also takes our time away from maybe going for a walk or getting up and stretching or taking a few minutes to do an outreach to check on somebody that's important to you, or to do some breathing exercises or something. So I am excited to see what other people are going to put in here too, because sometimes we don't think we need to focus on ourselves. As long as we're helping other people, everything's okay. And that's so important. I did see that Christy put, and I love this about Christy. She talks about her weekly therapy, and there is no stigma to going to therapy. It is one of the strongest, most unselfish things you can do for yourself. So be like Christy.
Thank you, Christy, for sharing.
Very good. Oh, hi, Teddy. Yeah. I love that so much. And her
Meryl.
helping spirit, absolutely, Meryl, is part of that angel mentality,
Yeah.
and I love that. Oh, look at that. Gregory came up with your acronym,
Oh
MLA.
yeah. Yeah, that's so funny that you put that there because I'm like, oh man, if my last name had the B, right, it'll be MBA.
He would love that because he loves the sports. I love that so much. It's so great. And Linda says such an important topic. She's glad she hopped on. Mental wellness is so important. There's our boy. Hi, Teddy. And so for some people, animals kind of freak them out. And for me, you could put me in my worst, most angry day in the world, put me down by something furry, and I'm just going to be a totally different person. I love that so much that you can show him off. Oh, yeah. And David says be respectful, and it's okay with different perspectives. Ooh,
Yes.
so important. Yeah. And yeah, a lot of people did live on less than $2 a day. And when we talk about like mental wellness and even physical, Marsha, we have a lot of privilege in certain countries that some of us live in compared to some of our friends in other countries. And even though we feel the strain as well, and it's not to belittle what we feel or don't feel, and it's not to say they have it worse or better or anything, but it is important to be aware. And sometimes when you can be aware, you can learn and you can elevate yourself, then you can help other people that might have it worse than you or something. And I think that's important to recognize because you focus on mental wellness and you want everybody to be mentally happy and healthy, and it's so amazing. But some people aren't ready yet. Some people don't have the understanding that there either is help or that they could use that help. And so are you willing to share a little bit on how you do work with people or encourage people to help themselves if they're not seeing that there's even a concern or a problem right now?
Yeah, it's so interesting, Jackie. Thank you for bringing that up. And I know we're going to get short in time here, but I'll be fast, I promise.
You're so good.
So when I was working with folks in New York, so the office was in New Jersey, but I was working remotely out of Texas, in New York, in the Bronx, all of the cities in that area. And I was serving the in-house community. And we were targeting social determinants of health, which is what I brought over to Connect Impact Hub, and then also back here in Monterey. And what's happening is we need to there's like a circle, and in that circle, there's education, there's health, there's financial. I mean, it's where you live. I mean, all of that impacts, but ultimately it has to do with, healthcare, which is really our mental health space. Yes. We can't tell people to go out and do all these little things and check mark, and then go back and live under the bridge and be okay.
Yeah.
Right. We can't. So, and that's what's happening right now here in America, is where organizations are telling people, we want you to do this and this and that, but then you're going to have to go and if there's nowhere to stay, then guess what? You're going back outside. And so I'm trying to, for my aspect with Connect Impact Hub, is I'm advocating. And this is what advocacy comes in, is I had to go through some things personally to realize, man, I'm advocating now more than ever for mental health support, because we cannot tell somebody to go take care of their diabetes when their mental health is not stable. They're not going to do it. So that is like the number one go-to now for me, is to advocate for mental health so that we can then focus on other areas as we're building them up to target the mental health first and then everything else. I have family that's outside right now, and I have someone that I used to date that's living outside. And it's all mental health related. And so, so it hits home to me. And then because I personally went through my own experience of mental health breakdown.
Yeah. And you're not going to share too much about that because she's going to share all about it in her workshop at the Virtual Wellness Experience. So go get your ticket.
Yeah. Thank you, Jackie. I appreciate you, girl.
I got you. I got you. You're like, do I share anymore? I'm like, no.
Okay.
I mean, and honestly, I'm going to say this for a really important reason, Marcia, because your journey is so important. And if you are not following this wonderful woman, get outside of your rock, because you got to follow her. And she is not only saying, go take care of your mental health, she is showing you how she's taking care of her mental health, which a lot of people don't want to show, the nitty gritty, the rough stuff, all the things. And so if you go to her page on LinkedIn, you can see so much of her journey. But then she's also going to share such an important personal part of her life at this upcoming presentation.
Mhm. Yep.
She's never presented at something like this, I don't believe. And it's not to say, oh, feel sorry for me or anything. It's to say, not only is this something that could happen to you or a loved one, but guess what? There is another side. There is another side, and this is what it looks like. Not that I know what your presentation is, but I know you, and that is what you deserve. And so if you don't think you need to learn about anything else on wellness, you may need this information. It might not be something that hits you for another couple months or years, or maybe your family or friend doesn't, but this is going to be so good. And when people are willing to share that personal, they deserve to have that support. And that's what that virtual wellness experience is. There's so many presenters, there's so many great people that can support you through this. And then people can reach out afterwards in other capacities. ConnectImpactHub.org. You want to check her out. Now, you do have your page on LinkedIn now too, right? Under that name, kind of growing that and everything. Do you have a YouTube channel yet, Marcia?
Yes, I do.
Is it under your name or under Connect Impact Hub or something totally different?
Well, I do have my own personal for my journey, and then I have the Connect Impact Hub, which you'll start seeing. I'm going to start getting in-house community members to come and share. Or if any of our friends are listening and you want to share a story, maybe you went through some adversity with being in-house, please connect with me. I'd love to hear from you, or maybe you're going through something. Maybe there's something that I can do to find a resource or resources or get you connected, or maybe write a referral. Just reach out. Let me know.
I love that so much. So I think our beautiful friend Jane deserves to have an answer to this, because you need to make sure that you're doing this all the time. You do so much for others. How do you recharge yourself, and what does self-care mean to you? You can answer either or both of those questions.
Yeah, I love that girl.
I know, right?
She's oh man. She's an angel to me. So how do I recharge myself? I've been actually going to the beach. And I just revamped my balcony. So I've been sitting on my balcony enjoying the sun, because I'm lacking vitamin D. Apparently this is known here in California. A lot of people are lacking vitamin D. So if you feel tired and sluggish, go get your vitamin D check. Okay, just saying.
I love that so much. And now, Michigan people, we understand it because we get the cold, crazy, gloomy, miserable. But in California, where you're probably like, oh, I should be perfect, right? It's all sunny, right? Marcia, is there anything else you want to leave everybody with? Is there a couple words of wisdom? Is there something that you have coming up? I know I saw you're going to be doing a session with Josette pretty soon. I just saw that. She's actually going to be my guest next Monday, so I get her first. Woo-hoo! No competition though.
Yeah, no competition. All love.
But anything I can support you, make sure you invite me to any of your events. You can put any of your events in the links. You can put your YouTube channels. You can put your business page, your website. Go blow up the comments when you're listening to any in the background and everything like that. But what other words of wisdom do you want to leave everybody tonight? Because they are loving you. They are loving you so much.
I love you guys too. I really sincerely mean that. Like, I really mean that. What I want to share with friends is to just do it from your heart, because when I serve out in the community, when I'm getting my referrals now, because now I'm not on foot, I'm getting referrals from a very big organization right now. And actually have a coffee chat with an in-house member this Thursday. My first one.
I'm so excited for you.
We just talk from your heart. There's no faking it. because people feel your energy. So be real. Listen, we're not perfect. None of us are. Don't think the person that's wearing that suit is happy, or maybe they are. Were they happy 5 years ago? Maybe they went through something. We don't know until we get to know them. So just keep it real. Be yourself. And what else? They don't like you? Next. There's plenty of friends in the universe for everybody. So just that's all I got to say. Just lots of hearts to everybody. You guys know I love hearts and
Oh, we love
hugs.
you back. We love you back. And I think every one of us in the comments, any backstage, me, not only do we thank you for the work you do, we are here to support you. If your journey gets a little rocky again, you get off track, your mental health starts to say, oh, you're doing too much for everybody else again, you reach out to any one of us. We're going to be there for you. Okay. You've got my number. I'm going to be there supporting you and cheering you on. But I love you. And I don't say that to just everybody. Okay.
I
Sometimes I'll
love
be
you
like, I
too,
love
Jackie.
you. But you just have the spirit and the soul. And I remember the very first time we had our little coffee chat gazillion years ago, seeing you show up for everybody and then being able to show up for you. I mean, that connects you to with people different than if you're just kind of like, yeah, I've seen them once or twice. So your heart is in the right place and your brain is in the right place. That mind is in the right place. Your body's in the right place. I cannot wait to see you conquer so much homelessness, you conquer your PhD, and you help those that are unhoused right now get that sense of hope that they deserve. Thank you for doing
Mhm.
what you do, my dear.
I love you. And Jackie, thank you so much for talking about love and relationships. I just want you to know that. Thank you
Thank you.
so much. I absolutely respect everything that you do.
Mhm.
You are such a busy person, and yet you do show up. Even when I know darn well you may be tired, you show up, girl. I be seeing you in the comments. I'm like, how does she do this? I can't even keep up with the comments. So thank you, Jackie. I love you, and I will head on out. I'll see you guys in the comments.
I appreciate you so much. So that doesn't happen often, but I'm like almost teary, guys, because in Damien and Dr. Tanya's show, they were asking, like since it was International Women's Day on Sunday, we want you to end the show by saying a woman that has inspired you. And Damien called out Dr. Tanya and I was like, oh, he just got me right in the fields. And then did you just hear Marsha? Oh my gosh, it's like you don't do that to a girl when she's live on TV, but she deserves to say what she wants because it means a lot coming from her because she walks the walk. She knows how rough some of these kind of works are and different things. And it means a lot to me. Thank you so much. So I'm going to take a different breath and I'm going to bring up the Godfather, the one, the only, the guy that it's in the middle of the night sometime for him on the other side of the world, but he doesn't know what time it is. I don't know what time it is, but he's looking great. He's on camera. He's not hiding from us this time. He's going to make you famous, but first he's going to make my show famous by being my guest. Are you ready? Are you ready? Hello, Mr. Ennie. Don't tell me you froze because you look so deep in thought. That there he is.
I love to freeze. I love to stay, just sit. I don't tend to move a lot, right? I've realized I just sit, and people think he's died. I haven't died yet. I'm still here.
I'm glad. That would really drop my global famousness down
Yes.
the
I
tubes.
don't know. You never know. It might go the other way, right? You know.
I am so excited you're here. Like I have been,
Yeah,
it has been almost a year I've been doing this show and I have put out so many hints. I've messaged different times. I've put it in comments of 5 million of the shows you've read. And finally one day he's like, okay, I could do it. I'm like,
no, it's a new Emmy. This is a new Emmy, right?
it is a new Emmy and
Look,
we are
you have
here for
amazing
it.
guests, and I know you've done this for much longer than a year. I said, no,
Yeah.
I remember you on the Damien days. I'm saying no, so I know you've done this for years and years and years. Hi, Linda, I see you.
But me doing the technology and having to have my hair somewhat flat and all this stuff, I mean, it's a lot different than the audio days.
Yeah, of course. But then I know you went to, you did the re-entry days as well.
Mm-hmm.
I remember all of that. So it's been years.
Yeah.
The thing, Jackie, is that all your guests have amazing stories. They are truly lovely people. And I'm like, I'm not That I'm not. I haven't
Don't
got
you
all of
finish
that.
that sentence. Don't you
It's not
dare
true.
finish.
It's not true. I've changed. It's all right. I'm here. I'm here, and so
Penny,
you know.
I remember, gosh, I don't know how far into the audio we were in, but your name would pop up a lot as your little, remember we used to just see the little circle pictures that were on LinkedIn in the audio rooms, and I'd see your face and I'd see your face. And then all of a sudden you started doing, the shows that I could finally get to and everything. And we had never done a coffee chat. We had never been on stage together. And you would come to Damien and my shows and you would show up and you would support. You'd do the little heart comments or the thumbs up, and I could tell you were actually listening. And then you'd get on some shows, and when I would show up on something, you would just say the nicest things about me. And I'm like, this man is on the other side of the world. Gregory, he's in the UK, by the way. And you didn't need to do that for me. You were creating a business by getting people to pay you to say stuff like that. And you were willing to do that. And so don't you dare say your voice isn't important from anything, because you were one of the first people I think I know that ever gave me compliments when I wasn't a guest on your show. And I don't forget that stuff.
No, I'll still give you compliments today, Jackie. Your show is different to all the others. And I think your show with Damien, it truly inspired me and made me what I am today. Really, so I've told you both. I have all the respect for both of you. Because I guess don't forget that we invented audio. I realized after a while we're actually inventing this thing, because this thing never existed before, right?
Wow.
And we created how people do it today. Isn't that amazing?
That is
and it's a lot of it is your energy. Jackie's energy is just like through the roof, and it's just like I'm here. Yes, I'm excited. Yes, I'm happy. Yes, okay. But Jackie is just like, oh, I'm like, Jackie, stop moving.
Ain't gonna happen.
The other one that gets close is Crystal Behe. She's always moving. I'm like, Crystal, stop moving. But your energy is just, it's infectious. That's what I say, right? And Damien is the nicest guy I've ever met. And I tell him many times, in the comments, and when I go to his shows, right? So, here we are, Jackie, years later. Yes.
We're on stage. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. I just love you to death. And for those of you that are new, Bill, I don't know if I've seen you on a Just Jackson guest show before. Thank you for being here. We know kind of this guy. I mean, we've seen him maybe once or twice, right? You're getting so much love in the comments, Annie. I love it so much. But I always start with 3 questions. And I'm kind of fangirling with you on stage, so I'm getting a little distracted, but I want to get you into those questions too. So same questions I ask everybody else, those that saw Marsha's answers. These ones are from Annie. So Annie, you have done so much. You have done so much for so many people, author, publisher, all the things. But what are 2 things you specifically find that you are proud of yourself for?
I've learned to love myself, really. When I joined LinkedIn, I guess we'll find different ways to get here. So I joined LinkedIn, and then I guess it became a business. I started my business in 2015.
Okay.
And then before that, I think I was maybe suffering from a touch of everything: imposter syndrome, misery, hating work, just not knowing when you start a business. No one tells you this, but literally, you start on a day. Mine was 15th of January. And then I suddenly realized I knew nothing about what I was trying to do. I knew nothing about anything, really. You feel totally lost. So I am genuinely pleased, happy, over the moon that I found myself somewhere in the journey. And maybe the last couple of years, literally I found every day, it gets better and better. Someone asked me today, how are you? I'm like, life is so fantastic, but it gets better and better every day. And I swear to think I'm lying, Jackie, but it really does. And I say, I've found my peace on this earth, and that's just such a good place to be.
Oh, that's
so that's one. So that's one for sure. So and part of that finding myself is finding a way to help others. Again, if you want elaboration, I started off doing marketing. So I told you earlier, small business e-marketing was my thing. But now that's evolved into publishing, into doing events, into doing real life events on stages. Going across the world and speaking on stages. That's
It's huge.
I could never have guessed. I really did not know. And again, maybe the beauty of all of it is that I've got a happy family. And who are genuinely happy. And as I remember the early days, the family, it's always it's a complex thing, family and business, because you have to work so hard, and then, their life moves on. So again, I've got two older kids in their 30s, and we missed most of it because we were working, my wife and I. So it's just amazing to have my youngest, who's 17, the other day, February.
Aww.
Yeah, and I've been there every single day of his life. I've been there pretty nice. Maybe I've been away a few days, but I've seen him grow from a baby to from when he was born, literally when he was born, that very moment when he was born, and they give you the baby to now. And then all of that just gives me such joy.
So cool.
So again, two things I'm happy with. The ending we have today, yeah, I'll take it.
I love
the life I have and the impact I can have, I'll take it too.
I love that so much. I love seeing your sparkle when you talked about your son as a baby and making the impact. And, a lot of us see you as very professional, Annie, and then your silly side sometimes, but to see your sparkle because of your personal life and the accomplishments you've made and that peace that you talked about. Peace does not mean that you don't have some problems now and then, and life isn't going to throw a curveball or something, but it means that you love yourself enough that you deserve to be happy. And that's something that every one of us deserves to feel. And I just hope everybody that's listening, watching on replay, you realize how important you are in this world. No matter your struggles, no matter all the stuff you've accomplished or not accomplished yet, you are just as important. So I can't thank you enough for saying those two things, Annie. I appreciate that. So even with this whole global business.
I was frozen.
Are you frozen?
Yeah, no, we're back. My screen just refreshed itself.
See, I was just never going to ask you again because you're like, I don't want her to think I'm dead, right? So I'm just going to keep talking to you.
It works. It's amazing.
I love it so much. Amazing. So you've got this global business. You're doing things to highlight other people, to give people the stages. You've got all the things lined up. You're saying you're at peace. You're so incredibly happy. Every one of us needs to keep growing and learning. What is something that you are still working on for yourself? Will you share that with us?
Yeah, look, I'm always working on me, and I'm trying to learn always. I read a lot of books, and I guess I've learned that, reading alone, learning alone is not enough. You have to implement. I'm so one of the things that's for me today is think it, do it. Just think it. There's no, so for so many years, I guess I thought I can't. What if? And then I realized, as if by magic, that is just me holding myself back. Everyone else does it. Those who do, those who achieve, those who are, who are wealthy, happy, healthy, they do stuff. They don't just hear it and think it. You actually actively do something. Whether it's Lisa's healthy eating, or whether it's working on my mindset, but I think just being able to say to yourself, yes, I can, so I will.
Yeah.
It's a constant battle, because I think that little voice in your head is always there. Are you sure? What if? And life gets in the way, right? Life happens.
It does.
So I'm genuinely, I'm so happy that I found a way to just do.
That's huge.
And so with that, we'll serve more people, and we'll have more impact. It's a great thing.
Oh my gosh. And everybody needs to learn that from you, because when you have your impact, it might only be 1 or 2 people today, but in a couple of weeks, it's going to be 5 or 6. And then in a month, it's going to be 20. And it's going to keep going unless you give up on yourself, right?
Exactly that. And we can't afford to do that. I say, I think many of us do, we doubt ourselves. I think if we could only realize that it's our time, and what's the worst that can happen? Really, what's the worst that can happen?
That is
You know,
amazing.
you do something and it doesn't work quite as well.
Mhm.
No, more often than not, it'll work very well. And then we get bigger after that. You're saying 6 weeks, a month later, 2 months later. Think 10 years later, where are you going to be?
Yeah.
Why can't we be the ones who we call celebrities?
Mm,
I've got this thing, will make you famous. So I say, why can't we be the famous ones? We will be.
it will be.
They all started somewhere, like where we are. And maybe because I'm 51. Yeah, I'm on the other half, Jackie. I'm not going to live for another
You
100
do
years.
know that I'm a year older than you, right?
I wasn't going to say that, Jackie.
You're like waiting to out me, aren't you? You're an old lady. I'm just
We're
young.
still young, Jackie. We're young. We're young.
Don't you feel young though? I
Yes.
literally feel younger now than I think I did in my late 20s because I was so caught up in the work stress and the family and trying to be everything that I thought I was supposed to be. And now it's
Yeah.
like, I'm just wanting to be happy and healthy right now.
Yeah. No, I'll take it.
I
I
love
haven't. I'll say I'm like you say, just being well and not being in pain.
it. That's huge.
Yeah. It might change tomorrow for all we know. So.
You're right. You're right. I'm gonna interrupt you real quick. There is somebody in the comments named Jeff that put a very long comment in that kind of looks like spam to me. I did not authorize any kind of a link from this person, so don't click on it thinking that I am endorsing that. Okay, just throwing that out there. So, any last question for me, and then you have a few minutes to talk on your own. What is the place you would go to? Where would you go if you could go anywhere in the world right now?
Right.
You knew it was coming.
Don't judge me, Jackie. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Look,
Never.
I've been to many countries. I'm lucky to have been to many countries. But most of them I will not go back to. Right. There's only one place I go to, Jackie. And no, I don't know. I'm shallow, right?
I want to hear it.
No, I'm not shallow. I love the luxuries of life. The only place I will go to, Jackie, is Dominican Republic.
Oh.
And only Puerto Plata.
Only Puerto Plata. Okay.
Yes. I've been to Punta Cana, so I know what's there.
Okay.
I've been to other parts of the country, so I know the country. I bought a house there a few years ago because we just liked it so much.
Oh my gosh.
And then we bought a luxury holiday club. We're going back there next month. No, maybe not. Maybe in the summer. I tried to go forever, Jackie, because I'm trying to marry my wife's holiday, annual leave, my son's school, all of that. It just keeps getting, So I was meant to go in February. My son booked himself a medical course. So thanks, son, love you. So I couldn't go. I tried to go at Easter, and then this hoo-ha that's suddenly happening now. With the work going to pot, right? And then I think my wife can't get an annual leave. No, it's not her. It's the fact that I can't marry the dates for the flights with the hotel. So, but I know I like luxury, Jackie. I'm not going to slum it anywhere. I know you and Marshall were talking about going to Indonesia. And maybe I might go there.
No.
Yeah, no. I like luxury. No, gold band members thingamajiggy, private restaurants, members only places, having a golf cart.
You have earned it. You have earned it. And so, no, I don't slam you at all. I just look at it like, do I need that golf cart or could I pay for 2 or 3 vacations with that extra amenity? Yeah. So we got to do what we want to do.
Yes. Yeah. My son was saying to me the other day, Dad, you can't spend that money on this holiday. I'm like, watch me.
Yes.
It's where I want to go.
We can't take it with us.
Truly. That is the Dom Rep is my thing. I could go there every year till I die.
Oh, so I am not opposed to going back there, and so maybe one of these days that's where we'll meet. We'll meet in a beautiful island. I will probably have to get a guest pass to go into the fancy hotel resort.
I'll get you in, Jackie. I'll get you in.
I appreciate that.
I'm a good member, so I'll be like, no, she's my friend. So please let her in, and then if they give us a bill. Okay, we'll pay the bill, right?
So she might put you on her live show if you just don't make her charge for today. Oh my gosh. And I am going to make myself small so people can read your background so they can see about your book and see your QR code. And I want you to be able to talk now. This is your time, okay? I could just sit here and talk to you forever about vacations and everything, but I want to make sure you can highlight some of the work you're doing, ways people get a hold of you, your upcoming master class. I was in your last master class. This one's a little bit different. Talk about all the things, my friend, because they need to hear about it from you, and you deserve to be able to highlight yourself. Take it away.
Yeah, okay. Look, I am on a mission to help people to achieve greatness. What does that mean, really? I truly believe that we've all got it in us to do remarkable things, if only we believe, right, and have the right skills. So far this year, the plan has been and is to do something that moves people forward. Yes, we like talking, of course, we like talking, right? But we need to show people how to really do, how to become. That's what I've learned. I could just saying, Jackie, we need to learn to do, not just listen, not just watch. My master class is the thing, really. If you see, I put it in the chat. The first master class, the first workshop we did was how to get unstuck. That was with Paula Washington. And then the next, so I did my author speakers conference last month, and this month in March is how to make your first 10K month in business.
Because who doesn't want that?
Truly, I asked Jackie, I asked a question, right? Who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want that? We all want it, and it can be done. How you doing? How you doing, Halle? I see Halle Superstars here as well. Look, I think we can learn to just do the right things and dream big and go big. Go big. Yes, we can be comfortable making what we make. Some people make no money at all, Jackie. That hurts my soul. It really does. It truly it kills me. Brilliant people who don't seem to they don't have the formula, and the formula is it's not a secret. It really isn't. It's there. It's in the books. It's in the you hear them at events. And this I guess the issue is this: what we hear at events is only the surface stuff. No, we haven't got time to give you the full details. So my master classes are really, how do we go deep? How do what do we really need to do? So Christina, my co-host for this masterclass, she's a genius, and she's transformed lives in front of me. I've seen her take people who wouldn't say boo to a cat. Suddenly they become themselves. Mm-hmm. I just want us to share, those simple, practical strategies with people. After this, there's the next one in May, which will be with Paulette. Mm-hmm. And again, that one is another, it's another symptom of what NA is, really. So again, I remember when we were planning this masterclass, I remember Christina said to me, I want 1,000 people there. I'm like, I don't. Not because I don't want people there. I want people there. Of course I want people there. Yeah. There's tickets. We can make money from people who buy tickets, right? But that's not it for me, Jackie. What it is for me is I want to transform a life. Genuinely. I want to take someone from where they are to truly see where they could be and then become that person. So my next workshop in May with Paulette, we only want 3 or 4 people. Nice. Because we want to genuinely take someone, handhold them, give them the truth from what we've seen and what we know, and then walk with them as long as it takes for them to, serve more people. It's all about serving more people. If we all serve more people, they will pay us what we want them to pay us, even more. But it's having the confidence to create from our sense of purpose, from our true gift, and then truly deliver that to the world, in a way that's in the right way. heart-centered, person-centered, but in a way that truly transforms lives. I don't want to be involved in shallow talking shops, Jackie. I want to be action-led, mindset-led, all the things that we know we need, right? Truly believe in yourself, love what you do, love your clients, create a solution that they truly need.
I love that so much.
And we all can. It's not important. We really all can. But I see people who are too afraid to go beyond, the ordinary. And so I truly want to be part of their journey to go somewhere they've never been before. It's that Star Trek thing.
No, but you know what? It means so much more after you said that you yourself had that imposter syndrome and you kind of didn't believe it yourself. What, that was only 11 years ago. And now look at you elevating other people and wanting to make sure that people know their potential. The fact that you guys want such a small group for that May Masterclass, that's huge, because most people are like, no, give me the money, give me the money, give me more seats in the room. That speaks so highly of you. And I knew I loved you for a reason. You're so great. And
No, you're too kind. You're the star, Jackie.
I don't think you actually give yourself enough credit. And even though you said you have moved past and everything's great, you do so much and you have the potential to do so much more for people if they can take the time to believe in themselves, invest in themselves, and realize the cost today is nothing compared to what the gain is going to be in a couple of weeks, a couple of months, maybe a year or two, maybe that 10 years you were talking about. And you can cut that time in half. You can elevate them. You can connect them. And you do so much. So we're getting really close on time. Do you have one more drop in knowledge thing you want to share with anybody, or one other thing you want to highlight about what you've got? I did see one of your links in the comments, but feel free to go back and add whatever you want after you get some sleep, probably.
Yeah, I thank all our friends who are here, truly. Mike, thank you for always being there. Mike is always there to share his genius with us. I truly appreciate that. And he's a deep thinker. The Marsha, there's a joy in being a true friend. I think that's probably my real message today, right? I think we can all be real friends. We're here together. We're a community, right?
Yeah.
It's how do we deepen that to become real friends? Being there for each other, truly being there for each other. I always say to people, Jackie, we could all be more like Paulette. True kindness, selflessness. It's emotional half the time. She'll spend 5 hours on the phone with someone who's in crisis.
Oh.
And I think I would love to be that on that sort of level. I think. Wouldn't life be great if we could all have that real sense of friendship? Yeah. Everything would be. I think life would be marvelous, really. And the friendship I'm talking about is not something contrived. Again, you and I have known each other for years and years and years, right?
Yeah.
And how we are today is how we were 3 years ago.
Automatically, yeah.
Right, I'm saying that's all I'm asking for. I'm saying let's be, those friends who are genuine friends who don't change. Come unless we need to change. I'm saying, but no, otherwise let's be. If someone comes knocking on your door, help. At least offer them an ear. At least care. Just do that. That's
and
all.
It doesn't even cost anything.
No, it's free. That is free.
Yeah. Yeah. And you never know when they're going to end up helping you in a way that you never expected them to, Oh, I love you. I just really appreciate not just you giving me your time tonight, but letting us go a little deeper to know the man behind the famousness. And look at that smile. We don't always get to see your smile.
Lisa, I cannot mention Lisa, right? And Alexis, thank you all for joining. I know many of the other are your friend Jackie. But thank you so much, everyone.
Yes.
I'm always in awe. And Jeff, what's Jeff saying? Most reasons don't focus on bad idea. I agree. Yeah. Oh, Jeff. Okay, I'll take that. Now the saying, people fail because no one knows who they are. It's so true. It's so true, right? Again, that's marketing 101 in 2026, my friends. It's not how many people you know, it's who you know. And I got a friend messaging me as we're talking, Jackie, who's telling me, oh, I put my page up today, but no one is booked for my event in 2 days' time. I'm like, have you emailed your contacts? Oh, someone does that for me. I'm like, it's not working, is it? Because no one's booked, right? No one's booked. Everything is all about who you know, and it's who you spend time with. Back to my point just now, be real friends, right? If you don't spend time with people and show them you care, they won't care about you either. So it is like, Jeff, I agree with you. It's about who you know. It's about truly who you are friends with. If you want to build a business, make friends, real friends.
And when you turn on those friends, people will start to realize that you didn't have that true heart, that true intention. So if you're not ready to give of yourself authentically, give yourself some time and figure out what you really want, because you can't be fake. You just can't be fake. It's not fair to other humans, and it's ultimately not fair to you, because it's going to come out and you're probably going to lose out of that. So gosh, Annie, I could just talk to you for hours and hours. And I appreciate the people in the audience that are here supporting you and cheering you on. They're cheering on Marsha. Tonight was a good night for me. I appreciate this. You guys both touched me deeply. Not just the nice words you guys shared with me and with people in the audience, but the work you guys do from your hearts that you don't have to be doing. You don't.
I say again, I learned from you. I learned from the best, right? I really did. And it stood me in good stead. Thank you for being you, Jackie. I'll say that for sure, right? So a lot of people would do the thank you bit, and I'm like, wow, that is so beautiful. When I do it, it doesn't sound quite as, but truly, you are remarkable, and people are here for you more than me. I'll have to say, they know that. You know that, right? You're the star, and keep shining, Jackie. Keep shining. I say we love what you do.
Thank you. I love it more after you've been on my stage. Yay! I'll see you. You go get some sleep. Thank you.
Thank you, Jackie. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye, everyone.
See you. Oh, I just love these humans so much. So many amazing people in the comments tonight. A few new friends for me. If I haven't connected with you yet, please reach out. I love connections. I don't just love followers. If you have shows, if you have newsletters, send them to me. I am totally down with having any of that information. I try to show up as much as I can. The summer's coming in Michigan. Well, okay, it's still probably a month or two away, but I am craving to get outside a little bit more. So I may have to drop off on some shows, but I always have time when I have time. And that's what I implore all of you. This is like a community. You heard Annie. We have known each other through this stuff for years. And I feel like even though I haven't physically met him, I know him. If I was in his country right now and I needed something, I'd be like, I need you help. And boom, I just know he would be there. Same thing like I would be there if he was here. You don't have to be right next to each other. You don't have to be right close to each other to care about a fellow human, to learn from them, to become their friend, to break that mental barriers of stigma and all this stuff. You deserve to care about yourself and to care about other humans. It makes the world a much better place. Guys, I could go on because I'm still just like jazzed after talking to both Marsha and Annie and seeing so many comments. This was just a lovely evening. Go back. If you missed the beginning, you want to hear from Marsha, go back and watch replay. If you have never watched a show before, almost every single week, there's 2 guests. You get to learn, you get to be teased by them, so you get to know them more. You also get to hear how people show up for each other in the comments, because that is so powerful. Supporting other people, Jane was putting Marsha's YouTube links in there so she doesn't have to do it after she got off stage. That's what you call community, and that's what we deserve. And that's one of the reasons I do this show. Guys, I have one guest next week. It's a little bit different. You are going to be amazed, just like I was when I got to talk to her. And I'll be putting that event up really soon. But Monday night, my Monday night, it's Annie's middle of the night, Tuesday morning type of a thing. And some people in other countries or time zones, it might be different, but it's my 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Michigan time. Every single Monday we have a show. And in just a couple weeks will be my year anniversary. some special stuff is going down, guys. I'm going to make a couple announcements. I'm going to highlight some people that have been guests before. If you've been a guest before and you want to be on the show, you want to be highlighted, send me a message. Let me know. I had some people try to already like nominate other people to speak, which I thought was so cool. So feel free to reach out to me. The one caveat, if I get a bunch of people that want to be on stage and you are not somebody that has really supported other people, and I just see you kind of doing your own thing, you're going to get kind of bumped down the list, because there's people that show up every week for me or for Leslie or for Annie or for Marsha, Felipe, for Damien, Dr. Tanya, all these amazing hosts. And guys, there's so many more. And Melanie and Coach Carrie and Bill, all the people, Nick, all these shows. If you can't find one show in a month that you can go and support, probably not the time that I'm going to highlight how great you are as networking and coordinating and connecting with other people, because that's what I want this show to be about: lifting others up, learning from each other, and making the world a better place. So I want to thank you all. I am going to end the show. I'm going to go back and try to check as many comments tonight and tomorrow as possible. If I missed your comment and you had a question specifically for me, please send me a DM and be patient with me. It takes me a minute to get through to my DMs. And if I don't get to your DM in a couple days, send me another one. It'll bump it up my list. But don't send me pitches. Don't send me spam. I got enough of that junk anyway. So I want to hear from you as a true human. Sound fair? Okay. So I am, like I said, there's going to be some changes coming up on your show. So it might be something to do with sounds, or it might be something to do with the visuals or the backgrounds or something like that. I'm getting excited to launch it, but I do want to give a huge shout out to Mike LeBlanc for the intros and outros that he provided to Jess Jackson guests. We are going to listen to one of the outros right now as I dance off the stage and get us off. And I want to thank you guys again and again and again. Appreciate you all. Bye.
Thank you for coming, for spending your time with us at Just Jacks, where repair can align. Re-entry with dignity, justice that restores. Conflict finds peace as we open new doors. Yeah. Family reunification under the same moon. Thanks so much for coming. We'll see you soon.